Good morning. A couple things I want to share with you. Friday morning. It's been an interesting week, a long week. Your boy is tired. Didn't go to the gym this morning. Didn't go to spin class this morning. I was just we're exhausted. Anyway, we made it, and of course, this afternoon we'll make up for what we didn't do this morning. But was able to accomplish a lot of different things this morning that did not include the gym. Not everything needs to be, and it's part. I posted this morning the video about perfectionists and the need to constantly be productive and doing something and moving, and sometimes that's overkill. Sometimes a day off, let's say. Now, of course, that could easily be seen as justifying why you're not doing something. So, really depends on perspective. Anyway, I got a Instagram question I want to answer real quick, and yeah, it's a very important question. We'll read through it real quick and then give some perspective on it. Hey, bro, how's it going? I've been watching a few of your videos on advice with choosing jobs. I want nothing to be forced into. I'm currently already in the process of choosing all my jobs with my recruiter. I'm mainly joining because I didn't decide to pursue college, Art Institute of Atlanta, because of financial reasons. I just graduated high school last year in June. Congratulations. And I wanted to join also to grow as a man and better myself. I see you. Only want to do a 4-year term to possibly go to that college because I'm really good artist. But as the jobs I'm seeing, if you could give me any advice on good jobs, I wouldn't say easy jobs, but jobs that wouldn't be too much, especially jobs that aren't frontline, would be good. So could you possibly help me with a list of that's not too much? I know one of the jobs were material management. Would appreciate the feedback. Cool. So you said a lot there. But the basic gist is you couldn't afford college, so the military was the next best option. I see that a lot. Where to start? So you said you're a talented artist. One thing I just want to plant the seed on real quick. I just want to plant the seed of what if there was another way to get what you want that you have not acknowledged yet. The internet is a powerful thing. It's an amazing thing. One thing I can't help but acknowledge is the value of TikTok. As much as I feel like I'm too old for it. I just deleted my TikTok. I made the app, or I used the app when it was called Musically, back in the day. And I was posting on it just as much as I was posting on Instagram and everything else. But it just came to a point where I was like, all right, if I'm going to use TikTok, I'm going to use it the way it's designed to be used, or am I going to use it? Kind of like YouTube. That there's so many different ways to use different platforms, but you see what tends to work on a given platform, and then you decide whether or not you want to participate. So I was like, if I come back to it, I'll come back to it. But artists, singers, any niche that you would currently exist in probably has a place on the internet that you probably haven't touched in yet. Now, of course, all the introvert, rationalizations and, all right, I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want to be on the internet. All valid, cool. You don't have to do that. But it's something to think about. It's something to think about. What if you're a talented artist already? Why do you need to go to college? I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just saying it's something you should think about is, why do I need to go pay someone else to tell me for a couple of years, hold your pencil this way? You might need to. Cool. But it's something to think about. What if there's a way that you could start right now and enter your career, meaning you're getting paid, you're enough to support you and your family, and you're able to grow from that, because the internet's not going anywhere. Half the world is run off the internet. Half the world is ran off computers. So to kind of ignore that is kind of irresponsible. But it's just something to think about. It's something I'm doing. I have a full-time job, full-time career, but yet I know the value of the internet. And I'm like, what if I was able to monetize my mind in a different way, monetize my skills in a different way through the internet? TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these different platforms, there's a place for you. There's an article called, it's by Kevin Kelly. It reads 1,000 True Fans. And it basically speaks to that. Basically, with billions of people on the earth, you have a percentage that will support you in everything you do. There's a percentage of people, 1,000 true fans, who just they see what you're doing, they support what you're doing, and they're willing to help build and help support what you're doing financially or just with words of encouragement. I see it on the channel all the time. It's not always money. It's not always words of encouragement. It's whatever people take the time out to do, whether it's a single message on Instagram and saying, yo, you helped me right here. I appreciate you, whatever. Or people in person that I've met that, just gave me words of encouragement. That's support. That's support. Now, obviously, the financial part has to be addressed as far as, you can't pay bills with encouragement. But it's just something to think about as far as that's what you grow over time. And for some people, it happens immediately. So just keep that in mind that some things happen over time. But yeah, if you want to take the college route, 100% valid, especially after you join the military. It's now free. Now make sure that that college is covered under in terms of, what you will be able to pursue from the military standpoint in terms of financial offsetting, the reimbursement, what have you. So yeah, that's the first thing I want to touch on. I'm not going to give you a list of jobs. It's something I do not do, is give lists of jobs to people, first of all, that I don't know. But also, I don't have to work that job. Like if I gave you a list of jobs and said, all right, these jobs fit these criteria, and these are jobs that I would do if I was in your position, that still doesn't account for you being a whole different person than me. And so you haven't, if you're part-time, if you're reserve, guard, active duty, or even if you're just doing 4 years, 4 years is a long time to be in a job that someone else kind of picked out for you. That's a long time. That's why I emphasize, first of all, know yourself, learn what you value, learn your own tendencies, and then from there proceed with listing the potential jobs that you might get, like all these different qualifiers. Pick the jobs, list the jobs that you think you might be able to get with the recruiter in mind, with the needs of the Air Force in mind, with your qualifications in mind in terms of the ASVAB and the MEPS. You're listing jobs that you might be able to get based on what you want, what you qualify for, the needs of the Air Force. All those variables have to be accounted for. And then you come to a person like myself and say, all right, these jobs I think I might want. What do you know about these jobs? What is your perspective on these jobs that you've encountered, in your career, whatever. And that's a whole different question in terms of me giving you feedback on what I've observed about that job from being in the Air Force versus me just telling you, hey, list these different jobs and you might like them, you might not like them. Just get through it 4 years. Like I could give you that advice, but it's not sound advice. It's not wisdom advice in terms of long-term success, because a year is a long time. 4 years is even longer time to be in a job that you had no planning in terms, you did not plan on being in that job, nor did you want to be in that job. Like at the very minimum, you could say no. At the very least, recruiter says, all right, you put this job on your list, we're giving you this job. You still have the option to say, all right, you know what, I'm not going to join. You have the option. A lot of people don't like the option, but you still have the option at the end of the day to say, no, I do not want that job, and then you can walk away. So always keep that in mind that, when it comes to listing jobs, it's a very important process that should not be rushed through. And no one else should have, outside of just a small perspective on what they're giving to you, they should not have a major role in that decision making. That's something you should take your time in, do your research on, and say, all right, these are the jobs that I'm going to list based on what the recruiters told me to do. They told me to list 5 jobs, 10 jobs, and 2 open categories. All right, based on what the instructions they've given, this is the amount of liberty I have. From my research, these are the jobs I'm listing. And then you proceed from there. I would also look into the reserves and guard I kind of mentioned earlier. Kind of look into, whether or not you want to be active duty. You might want to be active duty, but guard and reserve, you're part-time military. So you still have the option to go to college immediately while it's still being paid for, using, the different benefits allotted to you. What else we got? I'm mainly joining because I didn't decide to pursue college, art institute. I got you. Yes. So you're only 1 year out of college. Don't be in a rush. Do not be in a rush. Do not be in a rush. Take your time. Seek wisdom like you're already doing. You already hit me up. Seek wisdom. This is not a process that you should be rushing into. Choosing a career, this is not something you rush into. Slow down. You only been out of high school for 1 year. You need a mentor. You said you love art? Cool. I'm not telling you to choose anything different. I'm just saying you need a mentor. You need somebody who is guiding you through life, even as a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. You need someone who's gone ahead of you, spot out the land, spot out the different traps and the IEDs on the side of the road and well, whatever might be out there. Someone who's gone before you, made mistakes, and said, all right, watch out for this, watch out for this, watch out for this. I try to be that on this channel in some form or another, as far as just, this is the mistakes I made, these are the experiences I've had. Watch out for these couple things. You want to do this, avoid this, seek out this opportunity. I try to be that, in the best way I can on this channel, but be mindful that you have time. You don't have all the time in the world, but you do have some time to get a job at McDonald's, learn work ethic, learn sacrifice, learn discipline, learn doing a job that you don't like to do. Because once you get in the military, again, yeah, it's 4 years. And it's really 8 in terms of your total commitment if they try to call you back. So just be mindful of the different variables associated with what the military is, because that's what a lot of people forget. They see all the benefits, they see what they can get from it, but they don't realize, again, this is the military. Do not rush into that. Do your research. Take some time, do your research. Search all the different sources you have. You have Reddit, you got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You got all these different, Discord servers. You have all these different sources, and you need to be digging. It's not as easy as just hitting me up and saying, yo, give me a list of jobs and I'll just list those jobs. It's not that easy, nor should it be, nor will it be. Because I know better than to just give people a list of jobs and say, list these jobs. And then they have to go work those jobs for 4 years. Who are they going to blame when they're miserable? Who are they going to blame when their mental health is suffering? No. So it's mindful that you take full responsibility, full accountability for your own career, for your own path in life, and realize it's okay to reach out and say, all right, I'm gonna go to Isaiah and say, maybe he has some perspective on this job. Maybe he's seen some things about this job. But to ask for a whole list of jobs that I'm just going to hand to you, and then you just list these jobs, and you show up the first day of work, tech school, whatever, and you're like, I did not know all this. What? I work nights, shift work. What's that? Because you think you have the option to go to school while you're in the military, while you're active duty. You have the opportunity as well. But a lot of people, especially in my position, I work 7:30 to 4:30. It's a regular civilian schedule, and I have weekends off. I have holidays off. I'm not mission essential. But if you have a snowstorm in the southwestern part of the country, most of it's going to be shut down. But there's still there's still some career fields that are still showing up to work, mission essential. But a lot of those things, a lot of people just don't know about. So a lot of this stuff you won't even know about until you're in the military. That's why asking a question like, what's mission essential? Cool. Well, I kind of just answered it now, but you get the point. Some things you won't know until you're in the military, and that's what I'm trying to prevent. Is that at least know yourself first, which again, you're 1 year out of high school, so you're still young. You should have a lot of time to discover yourself. I'm not saying go make mistakes. I'm not saying that. Anti-fragility. I have plenty of videos on anti-fragility on this channel. Look up anti-fragility and see what that means in regards to book knowledge versus experience. Some experiences will ruin you for the rest of your life. Some things you don't need to know via experience. Some things you need to only read about. So keep that in mind. Pretty much covered the question. Let me see if I'm missing anything. You're right about doing a 4-year contract. Definitely do a 4-year. 6-year doesn't really have any that many benefits outside of money and outside of promotion on a quicker pace. It's really not that valuable in the long term. You lose options by signing a 6-year contract. So just kind of think about that. Money's not a reason to do anything. No, money's a variable that you consider, but it's not a sole reason to do anything. Keep that in mind. Oh, side note, do not choose a job based on bonuses. No, do not choose a job based on bonuses. Money is a source that you want to have the ability to spend. If you're working 20 hours a day, you got four hours for sleep. You don't have time you're on Amazon all the time, but you want balance. You want balance. And money is rarely a reason. It's a tool, just like a hammer, like a screwdriver, like a ladder. It's a tool to use when it's there, when you need it. So don't ever make a decision based on a ladder or a hammer or a saw. No, when you need one, it'll be there. When you need resources, it will be there, provided you plan according to wisdom. What else we got? One thing I will say, because you're an artist, and I'll end with this, because you're an artist, maybe look into public affairs or public broadcasting. It's basically in the same boat as far as making content. You're basically the news network for the military as it relates to public relations, as it relates to putting out announcements, the Facebook pages, the Instagrams, all the different outlets in terms of the military speaking to the public, that may be an area where you be able to show your artful side, your creative side. Just something to think about. I'm not saying go into that. I'm not saying that you'll be a good fit. I'm not saying you'll be doing creative work. I'm just saying maybe that might be a small little, it might be the closest thing to what you enjoy doing in terms of art. Because again, never forget, never forget, no matter what you need from the military, do not forget what the military is. Hope that helps. I see a lot of questions in the chat. I am sorry I did not get to them. I have to go to work. Gotta go. But yeah, try to get on again, probably today or tomorrow. If you guys are curious, this is apple cider vinegar and some type of sugar-free drink that tastes good. But yeah, I'm going to work. Again, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to any of the questions. I gotta go. But next stream I'll be on. Try to get here earlier in the stream. Definitely, if you need your question asked, if you need it answered, look in the description. I have a link to buy me a coffee. If you want to show some love to your boy, help me get some Starbucks today. You know, I can't live off this, bro. Like at some point, the Starbucks must flow. The caffeine must be inserted directly into my veins. If you want to support your boy, throw your question in there. I'll definitely get to it. If you don't want to donate or if you don't want to spend any money, hop in my DMs. I got you. At some point, I'll get to my DMs. This one, you know, has been sitting for a while. I'll get to my DMs at some point as well. But yeah, there's many. All my information is in the description. If you want a conversation with me, that's available in the description. So again, you don't have to pay for it. You don't got to pay for anything. All my links to Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all that's in there. So we have those avenues. And then of course, if you want to support this channel, want to support your boy, hit those links as well. So I will see y'all next video. Say what's good to your boy.